What's going on today, team? So we're going to be studying and going through the essentials of strength and conditioning and training for the NSCA CSCS exam that we are going to be taking relatively soon. So we're going to be reviewing chapter 1, and we're going to be diving and exploring muscle physiology. So understanding the intricate structure and function of muscle tissue is not just a matter of academic interest. It is a key to unlocking our physical potential and optimizing our performance. For those of you guys that are also looking to become certified in strength and conditioning and becoming a specialist, this content is drawn, like I said, from chapter 1 of the NSCA's Book of Essentials of Strength Training and Conditioning. It is a foundational text, team, for anybody that's serious about mastering the science of exercise science and training. All right. Today, we're going to cover a comprehensive overview of the structure and function of muscle tissue, both at the macro and microstructure levels. We're going to explore what's going on and what's happening at the whole muscle level and dive into the cellular intricacies as well. While we won't be able to dive too deeply, we'll cover enough that's going to build a solid foundation for our future topics that we're going to go through. Each skeletal muscle is an organ composed primarily of muscle tissue, but this also includes connective tissue, nerves, and blood vessels. These components are crucial as they ensure the muscle is innervated, supplied with blood, oxygen, and nutrients. Delivery and waste removal are held for the structural integrity. Starting with the macrostructure, skeletal muscles are wrapped in 3 layers of connective tissue. The outermost layer is the epimysium, which encases the entire muscle beneath that. The perimysium surrounds individual bundles of muscle fibers known as fascicles. Within these fascicles, the endomysium wraps around each muscle fiber. These connective tissues are continuous with the muscle tendon, allowing tension generated in the muscle to be transmitted in the tendon and ultimately to the bones, facilitating movement. All right, team. So within each muscle fiber, we can find multiple nuclei. This characteristic is unique to muscle cells due to their length. The multinucleation supports the extensive cellular function required for muscle contraction and growth. Satellite cells contribute an additional nuclei during hypertrophy, ending in muscle fibers that enlarge or enabling muscle fibers to enlarge and increase their functional capacity. All right, set 2. Now, inside that muscle fiber, the sarcoplasm houses myofibrils. The contractile element composed of myofilaments. These myofilaments are actin and myosin. The actin filaments are thin while the myosin filaments are thick with these globular heads that interact with the actin to produce a contraction through what we call the slide filament theory while they do their power stroke. Speaking of the slide filament theory, it explains the muscle contraction, how actin filaments slide over myosin filaments, shortening the sarcomere, the basic contractile unit, which in turn shortens the muscle fiber. And this process involves 5 steps that we're going to go over. The first step in the slide filament theory is the resting phase. No action potential, no calcium is released. Step 2 is the excitation phase. So just think excited or contraction coupling phase. Here, action potential travels down the motor neuron, leading to some calcium release from the SR, sarcoplasmic reticulum, into the myofibers, your actin and your myosin. In step 3, contraction phase, this is where calcium allows the actin and myosin to bind. And the ATP, then myosin's head performs the power stroke. That's what the globular heads are going to do. And in step 4, the recharge phase, ATP is necessary for myosin heads to release and reattach for their subsequent stroke. And last but not least, the relaxation phase. The signal stops, calcium is reabsorbed, and the muscles are relaxed. Remember, the number of cross bridges formed between actin and myosin at any moment determines the muscle's force. With this being said, a larger muscle with more contractile elements definitely has a greater potential of force. All right, cool. Calcium and ATP are vital for muscle contraction. Calcium initiates the interaction between actin and myosin, while ATP provides the energy for the power stroke and the detachment of the myosin heads, allowing the cycle to continue. Understanding these processes not only deepens our appreciation of the body's complexity, but it also equips us with the knowledge to design effective training programs. By mastering muscle physiology, we can optimize performance and enhance strength and achieve our fitness goals more efficiently. All right, team. So that was chapter 1. In chapter 2, we're going to go over neuromuscular facilitation and the neuromuscular system and focusing on motor recruitment and motor units. All right. So I hope that you guys can take some notes from my notes. Those are just my notes. I'm trying to just help teach, and that helps me learn. So hopefully you guys will keep following and we'll grow and be able to conquer this together.